Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Lionheart from Lion Thang Gaming, and today I'm back at you again with another NBA 2K19 video. So if you like the video you're about to see, definitely
and the prop
hit that
plane,
like,
Kenny Smith.
hit that like, subscribe, and that notification bell so you know when I'm coming.
Moments away,
more.
it'll be the Minnesota
Comments,
Timberwolves going up against the Raptors in Toronto. For Toronto, this is their first time facing off this season. Last year, they split the season series at a game apiece.
Signing out.
Peace. Checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Pascal Siakam comes in for Serge Ibaka. Fred VanVleet is checked in for Danny Green. And it's DeLon Wright in for Kyle Lowry. So on the floor for Minnesota, Anthony Tolliver out there with Gorgie Dang. Then there's Brown. Then there's Derrick Rose. And it's Nunley in at the 3 spot.
Yeah, there, Kevin. Finishing like he did it on purpose. Jang can get nasty at the point of attack.
Toronto's gotten a lot of shots off from three-point land in the first quarter, but they're only 4 of 9. And the foul on Derrick Rose. That is his first foul of the game. Intercepted.
And you saw him gauging that pass there. He knew they were coming inside with it and got in position for the steals.
Basket counts. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for Minnesota.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
You know, another thing they've done well, guys, this first half is challenge shooters and change shots. A bunch of block shots early.
Give credit where credit is due right there. A terrific assist.
Nunley passes to Brown. Rebound by Monroe. Toronto, they've gone 50% from the field in the first quarter, 8 of 16. Outside Leonard. Monroe sets a screen for Leonard. Right outside. Shot clock at 5. Shoots over Brown. And that one's good. Right. And the Raptors lead by 2. Minnesota shooting 47% from the field to start things off. And David Aldridge spoke with Nick Nurse. David.
And Coach had nothing but praise for his players, saying, they've done everything I've asked. They've put in the extra work in practice, trying to turn their weaknesses into strengths. That's showing up in the win column. As a coach, Kevin, it's probably the best we can ask for. Back to you.
Okay, David, thanks.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Timberwolves trail by 4. Left side, Brown. And Wright pulls it down. And it's the Raptors' ball. Feeds to Monroe. The shot from the low post is good. And it's a 6-point Raptor lead.
And that persistence from Monroe, wow, his stick-with-it attitude really is what allows him to get these chances down low.
Rose kicks to Brown. To end the drought. And it's Toronto with the rebound. This, their first chance to take a look at Minnesota this season.
And really, this is a team that expects to beat everyone when they step on the floor, but they were only able to split the series last year.
And you look at how they match up. Certainly, you could see them losing, but you would still expect them to come away with 2 wins.
And the Timberwolves call time here.
And not surprising, obviously unhappy with the lack of response from his team.
Can't blame him. I mean, the effort hasn't been there. Just hasn't.
Now here's Brown. Not a lot of room. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Valanciunas has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Inside pairing is Ibaka and Valanciunas. Then there's Lowry. Then it's Green. And it's VanVleet in at the 2 spot. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Butler. And a chance now to see how teams are faring across the league. Here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. You look at Atlanta. They ascend up the list to number 3 with some spirited play.
I think Minnesota, they believe they can be more competitive than they've shown. It's still very early in the season, so the optimism for a successful run is still there.
Timberwolves trail by 7. Up top, Brown. Now recovering. Here's Towns. To halt the run. 2 points. That one goes. Towns has got his 3rd basket of the night.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry. And Karl Anthony Towns, one of the most prolific three-point shooters in the league, at least top 3 amongst all 7-footers. And his three-point percentage elite as well, over 40%.
Higgins outside. Kicks it to Gibson. Well, their pass it to Brown. Pass to Gibson. 6 to shoot. And stolen by Kyle Lowry. Pass to Ibaka. And the rejection by Towns. And it's out of bounds. The Raptors able to retain possession here. Leonard, he's checked in for Fred VanVleet. Here's Green. He has 5. Valanciunas sets a screen for Green. In the corner, Ibaka with it. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Green's got 3 assists tonight.
Mostly a dunker early in his career, Ibaka has moved his game further out to the perimeter, which has dropped his percentages but raised his value as a floor-spacing big.
Here's Lowry. Shot is good off the back rim and in. And it's a 12-point Raptor lead. And a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for the Raptors.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught him off guard. Playing airtight defense and coming up with the steal.
And also defensively, they've been able to cause some turnovers tonight. And that also builds confidence and gives you momentum.
So it's Minnesota now. Brown with it. Shot clock at 6. The pass to Towns.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
That one's off. Still out of sync.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
And from day one, Towns has been one of the NBA's top post players. A versatile, well-rounded game on the low block. It doesn't hurt that he can step outside and knock down the jumper either.
Ibaka, the pass to Leonard. It's rebounded by Towns.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Brown dishes to Gibson. And there's the call on Kyle Lowry. That's his first foul. Here's Wiggins, and the whistle blows, so a chance here for a three-point play.
Boy, I tell you, when Wiggins attacks now, good things seem to happen. Now a potential and one. Boy, this young fella's got major talent.
The Timberwolves shooting their first foul shot of the night.
Andrew Wiggins, I think this guy has a chance to really be a star. He clearly is a centerpiece for the Timberwolves since they acquired him in the Kevin Love trade with the Cavaliers. He's got all of the physical tools to be an elite player at both ends. The only question mark has been the consistency of his motor. Does he really want to be great and put in the work to do so?
And the wide open shot from Green. And the Raptors hit again from deep.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
And with the Timberwolves bringing in Tom Thibodeau and these hard-nosed veterans, the culture shifting in Minnesota, Clark, is so evident.
Yeah, very much so, Kevin. And I think you've got tremendous role models for Andrew Wiggins, Jimmy Butler in particular, trying to bring out the best in him. And that's not always easy, nor is it always comfortable. It's a tough balancing act. And sometimes veterans can wear you out with the lectures, but Jimmy's example is what I think is going to help Wiggins the most.
And he sinks the second. Clark, give us a little insider's look. Which players do you look at as gamers? You know, guys who are always ready to put out extra effort and go the extra mile.
Man, there's so many guys that fall into that category, Kevin. It's almost unfair to try to pull some names out, but you look at the way they play, guys like Russell Westbrook, Draymond Green, LeBron James. I think Kevin Durant is much that way. He gives great effort and energy to his craft. Steph Curry is a little different, but still provides that and plays with such an exuberance and joy. You know, Marcus Smart is a guy who I think does all the little intangible things that just have a way of making a positive impact on his team. So I don't have enough time to give you the full list, but those are a few of the guys that come to mind.
Yeah, great examples. That free throw, no good.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
Yeah, I like everything you said there, because when all else fails, if you can get to the stripe, that's really a good way to change the momentum in the game, because you get points and you also slow down the opponent because the game isn't going up and down as much.
Yeah, and for mid-range, Leonard's jump shot is money. It doesn't matter if it's off the dribble or catch and shoot. He never loses his touch.
And there's the 3-second violation. And let's take a look at the playmaking here. This chart with the assist totals split between the front court and the back court tonight for Toronto.
You know, the play of their guards has been something to highlight. You love to see the backcourt contributing with the pass. When they're looking to make things easier for everyone, you see your bigs run the floor a little bit harder, and those things become contagious.
Butler kicks to Brown. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. And a chance now to look at the schedule coming up for the Toronto Raptors. On Friday, they'll face off against DeAndre Jordan and the Dallas Mavericks. Then on Monday, they'll take on Chris Middleton and the Milwaukee Bucks.
And for the matchup with the Sixers, I think it's going to be an interesting challenge. Even though they expect to come out on top, this could probably be a pick'em game, depending on how they play.
And this Timberwolves team, so fun to watch.
I agree. All-star talent on the rise, athleticism, and they can light it up too. Yeah, fun group.
Greg Monroe, he's checked in for Toronto. Wright comes in for Kyle Lowry. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
And Leonard enjoys jamming it home, Kevin. Got to keep him as far away from the hoop as possible.
Butler against Green. Outside Gibson. In the corner, it's Wiggins. Wright against Brown. Just 5 on the clock. Charity stripe shot. And it's Toronto with the rebound. They defeated Charlotte in their last game.
Yeah, unfortunately for them, I thought the opponent's defense just never showed up.
Yeah, you know what? The waters were calm for most of the game. I mean, little resistance, felt like they could get any look they wanted at any time.
They get it back, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That one is on Towns.
And the soft-spoken Leonard is now an elite talent in this league, an athletic forward.
And so it's the Toronto Raptors out in front by 17 points at the end of the quarter. Their defense has been terrific in this game. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge standing by. Fred VanVleet comes in for Danny Green. And it's Kyle Lowry in for DeLon Wright. And a change for the Timberwolves. Brown's checked in, so on the floor for Minnesota. Gibson plays the 4 with Towns in the middle. Butler teams with Wiggins as the deadly wing duo. And it's Brown in at the 1 spot. And that one's good. Wiggins.
It seems like they found their rhythm offensively, and they're shooting the ball much better out of the break.
Hey, I don't know if it was changing baskets or what, guys, but they clearly look a lot better offensively.
Back to Lowry. He gets it in there. That gives him the double-double. 10 points and 13 assists.
And his touch inside more than makes up for Lowry's lack of size. He's a terrific finisher in the paint and doesn't miss many once he gets in tight.
Brown kicks to Butler. Gibson the screen. Wiggins against Leonard. Wiggins passes to Butler. Gibson dishes to Wiggins. The shot, no good. So the Raptors will take it the other way. Following this one, they get to host the Mavericks. That'll be the last of 3 straight at home for the team. And there's the foul. It goes on Jimmy Butler. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Green, he's checked in for Toronto. Inside, here's Lowry, and the Raptors tack on 2 more.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
Butler kicks to Wiggins. Back to Butler. Left side, Gibson. The Timberwolves working the ball around now. 6 on the shot clock. Wiggins passes to Brown. Three-pointer, Butler. Rebound by the Raptors. Lowry's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Leonard, and he uses the glass on the layup. Leonard's got 26 points.
Oh, it's not easy trying to guard Leonard inside. I can tell you that, guys. I mean, he's so good at using his body to get shots up over the defense.
Here's Brown. Lays it up and banks it in.
A good score inside, and the defense really offering very little resistance.
Well, they don't have anybody to blame but themselves. Got to prevent them from getting good looks this late in the ball game. You got to come up with stops.
And there's the foul. It's on Clutch. That's foul number 2 for him. There's Green with the 3, and the Raptors hit again from deep.
Watch out. Now that he's got his first 3 of the half, there might be more in store.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Towns dishes to Brown. And it's going to be a 3-second call. Gibson. Raptors leading by 4. The drive by Lowry. Right side, Green. Passes it to Siakam. Lowry has the open look. And it's off from 3-point range.
And, you know, even with him struggling, they're still up. But they need him to find his rhythm soon.
And now running it up the court. Green pushing it all the way. To the middle. Here's Valanciunas using his post move to get the 2 points. And the Raptors lead by 6.
And he's pretty relentless inside. Valanciunas gets after it down low. It might not always look pretty, but he makes the most of his chances in the paint.
The Timberwolves again can't hit. And here's Toronto. They're on an 11-2 run. To the inside. And the dunk by Valanciunas.
And he's really amped it up this quarter. It took him a while to get going, but everything now seems to be just flowing.
Timberwolves trail by 8. Pass to Butler. This one for 3. It's rebounded by Leonard. Leonard's got rebound number 5 here tonight. To the inside. And the bucket counts. 3-point chance here.
And that monster lead continues to grow. They are just piling it on now.
Yeah, it looks too easy for him. Almost looks too easy for him, I should say, Greg. I mean, their chemistry really, really at a high level.
And I like how scrappy and aggressive Lowry is on the court. And it's easy to see how much his teammates enjoy playing alongside him.
Minnesota calls timeout. They're down by 11. A minute 42 left in the 4th quarter. And now we've got a moment for our Jordan Player of the Game, Kyle Lowry.
As the ringleader of their offense, he has been on his game tonight, spreading the ball around, keeping everyone involved, making sure the offense never gets bogged down. He's just giving them just what they needed at that point guard position.
A really solid performance here in front of the home crowd. He may not be the star of this team, but nights like this are what make him a fan favorite. Butler kicks to Brown. On the wing, Wiggins. He's covered by Leonard. Tries to snap the cold streak, and that one's good. Wiggins has got 6 in the quarter.
A main area of emphasis for Wiggins moving forward has to keep knocking it down from the mid-range.
Guys, I think this is a game they have to feel good about as we wind through the final moments here in what looks to be a solid win for the Raptors.
Look at their number of assists.
You know, they didn't get stuck in those one-on-one situations, and they got the ball to the guys with the best matchups. Easy drives, open jumpers, and great ball movement.
And it'll mark their 4th win on the year. Actually, their 5th win on the year.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
Yeah, and Greg, when it is just a 2-game season series, the team winning game 1 has that slight mental edge going into the second meeting, knowing they've already solved their opponent one time and only have to do it one more time.
Hey, you know, guys, what a nice performance it was for Kyle Lowry.
Well, his defense was tremendous tonight. Really, really high level. He was a pest, forced the opponents into a lot of turnovers.
Got a piece of it. Brown the pass to Towns. Over Valanciunas, and Towns gets it to go.
And you see Towns with those big mitts, able to control the basketball on the dribble. That's where the size of your hands can be a nice asset for you.
Brown drives in. Over Lowry. In the corner, it's Wiggins. The three-pointer, no good. And here's Lowry. And so Toronto takes this one, but by a big margin. A confident win, and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid performance, particularly here at home. And I think they built off that edge of being here and play with just a little more confidence than their opponent.
And that about wraps it up. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and